This is the story Dreadwatch, written and illustrated by my friend Jared Agard. Our story takes place a long time ago in America. Before there were cars, people usually traveled by train. But this train trip would end in disaster, and all because of a watch and a ghost. It was a lovely Sunday in Pennsylvania. Children and their families were getting ready to go to a picnic. Will was especially excited. He knew Anna would be going. He wanted to tell her his secret, that he liked her. Everyone got on the train. The train was crowded. Will could hear a strange ticking sound, but it didn't matter. All he wanted was to see Anna. Anna had a secret too. She liked Will very much, but Will never had the chance to let Anna know his feelings, because suddenly there was a sound nobody expected. A train whistle from another train. Another train came around the curve, both trains going as fast as they could. The train conductor, Mr. Williams, tried to stop, but there was no time. There were screams from the people on the trains. Fathers, mothers, children, all were terrified. Everyone on the train died that day. But for some, this was just the start. The town of Greenwood, Pennsylvania, was built where the train passed, and the watch that started it all was left there in the museum, where it waited for more. Caleb and his mother used to live in California. They had a good house. Caleb had many friends. But that all changed one day. They lost their house and had to move far away to Ambler, Pennsylvania, to live in Caleb's aunt's home until things got better. Caleb's father was put in a hospital in Ambler. Caleb's mother went to see him every day, but Caleb always refused to see his father. High school was different for Caleb in Pennsylvania. He was new. He had no friends here. He was unhappy. There was one person Caleb did like at the school. Her name was Lily. She was pretty and was nice to Caleb sometimes. Unfortunately, Lily had a boyfriend, Blake. Blake was older, stronger, and on the football team. "If I see you looking at my girlfriend again, I'll pound you." "Leave me alone, jerk. I haven't done anything to you." "You little punk. I'm gonna make you wish you were dead." Blake was a bully. He made it hard for Caleb every day. Caleb knew he couldn't fight, and he didn't want to tell his mom or the teachers. But there was one thing he could do. Caleb was good at pranks. One day, Caleb overheard Blake talking to Lily and his teammate, Austin. "Hey, Lily, you want to see a ghost? I can show you."
A ghost? I don't know.
"Come on, Lily. It'll be fun.
Well, sure, okay.
Austin, man, you'll let us into the train museum tonight, right? Yeah, I mean, you'd just break in if I said no. Better if I go with you. This gave Caleb a great idea for a great prank to get Blake back for the bullying. That night, Caleb followed Blake, Austin, and Lily to the train museum. Caleb was careful to stay out of sight, then went inside with a surprise ready for Blake. Caleb stayed out of sight while Blake told a story about a ghost. A kid died down here 9 years ago. His name was Matthew.
Matthew? You mean Matthew Bradford?
As Caleb listened, he started to hear a strange ticking sound, like the sound of a watch. Yeah, a real dork. Kinda like that new kid, Caleb. Too bad that little twerp doesn't become a ghost too. You should lay off the kid, Blake.
Yeah, don't talk like that, Blake.
Caleb was a little surprised to hear Austin defend him. Maybe Austin wasn't so bad. Caleb was a little sorry to break him and Lily. But Blake deserved it. And there was still that strange ticking sound. Stay away from the back room back there. I feel something dark, wrong. That's because that's where they found the body of the boy. And it's where his ghost is. When Caleb heard this, he knew it was the perfect place for his trick. While Blake was telling the story, Caleb snuck into the back room and got his prank ready to go. "9 years ago, there was a boy named Matthew Bradford. Nobody knows why, but one day Matthew went into the museum alone. When he came out, he was different, evil, like he was another person. Matthew went to his home and said terrible things. Everyone was scared. He went around scaring and attacking people until he was hurt and ran off. Matthew ended up going back to the museum. That's where the police found him, dead, in that room ahead." Caleb felt a little scared by the story, but that was okay. It was perfect. In the middle of the room, Caleb saw an old wooden chest that would help in his prank. The sound of the tick, tick, tick was louder here. Inside the chest were some old things, but most importantly, a gold watch. As soon as he saw it, Caleb knew he wanted it. For some reason, he felt he should take it. But no, that wasn't what he was here for. He had a prank to do. Caleb took out what he needed for his prank from his backpack: a helium balloon and a white sheet. "We should leave. This is a bad place. I feel it."
I don't want to go in. I knew Matthew when I was a little girl. He was really nice. And I think Austin is right.
"Oh, come on! I can't believe you two are such chickens. Are you coming in or not?" Caleb put the white sheet he had brought over the helium balloon, then put them both in the old chest. and hid behind the door. Blake came in first, then Austin, and then Lily. Caleb held his breath. Blake, don't open that chest. I can feel there's something bad in there. It was just a story. I can't believe how chicken you are. Look! Out came Caleb's ghost. Caleb called out, "Ow! Ghost!" Blake shrieked and ran out of the room. Blake screamed as he ran, leaving Lily and Austin behind. "Matthew, I'm sorry. Please, don't hurt me." Ah! Austin and Lily chased after him. "Stop, man. It's not real."
It's a fake.
Caleb couldn't help it. He laughed. He laughed so hard. Blake heard him. "You are dead!" Caleb realized he had made a mistake. He had no way to run. Caleb's face hurt, but that's not what bothered him. No, it was the memory of the watch. Now that he was back home, he wanted that watch. He could still hear it ticking. And then the dream began. Thick black water ran down from his bedroom walls. Caleb was suddenly very afraid. He couldn't move. The inky, oily blackness came down, 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 until it covered his entire room and began to form a pool on the floor. The pool formed into a shape. A man in a wheelchair. Caleb knew who this was, and he felt so much fear and dread he could not breathe. "Is this what you wanted, Caleb? Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted, Caleb?" Just when Caleb thought he could take it no more, a gray mist appeared. The figure in the wheelchair turned back into blackness and disappeared into the mist. The mist rose up, and out stepped a smiling man in a blue suit. "Take it, and you will have no more fear." Just as Caleb was about to reach out to take the watch, it and the man in the blue suit disappeared. Now Caleb wanted the watch more than ever. It was the only way to get rid of the feeling of fear he always had. As soon as he got to school, Caleb only thought of one thing: going back to the museum to get the watch. Caleb was thinking of leaving school so he could break in to get the gold watch during break time when Blake tracked him down, ready to hurt him again. Stupid of you to show your face in school after last time. Now you're going to pay. Blake, if you hit the kid again, I think you're the stupid one. What? Luckily, Austin and his sister showed up and stopped Blake. Look at his eye. You're lucky Caleb hasn't told the principal or his parents. If he says one word, you won't play football the rest of the year. Fine. You stay out of my way, and I'll leave you alone. But if you say one word of this, I'll pound you. You stay out of my way, and I'll make sure the ghost leaves you alone. Blake, you better leave before you do something stupid. Blake stormed away. Thanks for that. I guess you should go with your friend. Blake is not really a friend. We're on the same team, but he's a jerk and a bully. I want to ask you something about last Friday at the museum. What? There wasn't anything in the chest, was there? I was sure I felt something dark there. What do you mean? Austin can sense ghosts. Oh, I'm his sister, Hillary, by the way. Caleb wasn't sure he believed her, but he had felt something. When you were in that room, did you find something? Caleb immediately thought of the watch. He was afraid that maybe Austin knew about it and wanted it for himself. No? Why? Did you lose something?
Both of you boys owe me.
What? Why? It was just a prank. I am sorry. I wasn't targeting you, just Blake. Oh, great.
What's wrong with this earring, Caleb?
Nothing. It looks really pretty.
There are supposed to be 2 of them. I lost one because of your stupid prank.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry? Not good enough. You're coming with me to the museum to help me find my earring. And you're going to take us there, Austin.
Me? What did I do? Caleb was the one who did the prank.
Your family owns the museum, right? How else will I get in? Break down the door?
I'll help you. Sorry you lost the earring. Caleb didn't really believe Lily. He was good at seeing fakes and lies. But he wanted to go to the museum to get the watch. So he agreed. When Caleb and Lily arrived at Austin's house, Austin's parents were happy to see them. They insisted that the two stay for dinner. Austin's father and mother were very kind and asked about Caleb and Lily's schoolwork and interests. Dinner was delicious. When it came time to talk about what Austin liked, there was a surprise. Austin loves ghosts more than football. He is always reading about them. I can't see ghosts. I just feel them. He explained that he could feel light or dark from spirits, but he had never seen or talked to a ghost before. If I say don't go in a room in the museum, don't go in it. Just look for the earring, okay? Austin warned everyone that the museum had a dark feeling inside. Lily looked suspicious, like she was hiding something. But she agreed, just like Caleb had.
Sure.
When Austin, Caleb, Lily, and Hillary got to the museum, it was already dark. After Matthew's death, the museum had closed. The four agreed to each look in a different room of the museum. Caleb suspected Lily would go to the room with the gold watch. He was right. Caleb raced to get there before Lily. Austin yelled at them all not to go in that room. You didn't lose an earring, did you? You want the watch.
You're right. I do want the watch, but I think it's dangerous.
So why did you ask me to come?
I thought it would be a good way to distract Austin.
That was clever. Except, now you know that I want the watch too.
No, it's mine.
Caleb and Lily fought each other, trying to take the watch. Just as Caleb was about to hurt Lily, he stopped himself. And then they both grabbed the watch at the same time. Austin and Hillary heard two simultaneous screams. They ran into the room and found Caleb and Lily lying on the ground, both holding the gold watch, as if dead. Caleb and Lily awoke in a strange place. It looked like the insides of a watch. More importantly, they had become see-through, like ghosts.
You idiot! You killed us!
I'm sorry! I don't know why I had to have it.
I'm sorry, too. I guess this is as much my fault as yours. Where are we?
Is this hell? Because it certainly does not feel like heaven. As the two were talking, suddenly a young boy, a ghost like them, appeared next to them. We're in a pocket watch. We're not in heaven or hell, unless heaven or hell is a pocket watch. The young ghost boy seemed happy to see them. How did you get in here? We touched a gold watch and then we died?
Who are you? How long have you been here?
I've got to get you to Mr. Redmond right away. You're not safe here. Follow me. The young ghost jumped down through the gears of the watch. Did he just jump through the gears?
He's a ghost, like us now. We better follow.
The young ghost was waiting for the two on the level below.
Who are you? How long have you been here?
Why aren't we safe? We don't have time to talk. I'm Will. I came here after the big train crash. But there's no time. We have to get you to Mr. Redmond before Darkwater comes to get you.
Darkwater? Who is Darkwater?
I'm pretty sure he's the devil, but for now, just don't look at the Dark Tower. Why not? If you look at the Dark Tower and the faces there, Darkwater will see you. Then he will come for you. Caleb didn't know why, but he looked at the tower. The tower climbed all the way up the center of the watch. At the top was a great, dark, evil face. The face saw Caleb, and inky black water poured out of its mouth. The water felt like everything that made Caleb afraid. You looked? Why? Run! 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 It was too late. The black water poured over all three of them. As the cold, paralyzing fear touched them, more fear started to come out of them, adding to the dark water.
Help me! Help me!
Is this what you wanted, Caleb?
There was Caleb's father, his eyes dead. There was no life inside of him. Yet his father's voice demanded if Caleb wanted this to happen.
It felt like hours had gone by as Caleb was held in place by the icy dark waters that were full of fear. That is why we never look. Now come on, dark water will come after us in person now. I'm so sorry. Who is this, Will? You! He's the one who trapped us here. A ghostly man in a blue suit appeared, but this time there was no mist and no dark water. This is Mr. Redmond. He's the one who helps us. This is the guy who made us want to touch the watch. Right, Lily? Oh my. No, I would never do that.
Well, he kind of looks the same, but...
Mr. Redmond will help you. You can trust him. Darkwater must be pretending to be me, so that you won't trust me when you get here. And if you see the real Darkwater, you would not want to touch the watch, I think. Caleb did not trust Redmond, but what he said did make sense. He decided to watch him carefully. Let's get to... I'm sorry, Will. It is too late now. Suddenly, there was a rush of dark water that overflowed the whole area. The black fear formed into the shape of a train. Caleb and Lily found themselves on the train, along with other ghosts who had been swept up in the dark water. Oh no! Not again! There were little children who all began to cry. And then the dark water train began to move faster and faster. The victims of the train went through the terror of dying again. Black water poured out of all of them, their fear turning into more dark water. What just happened? That was dark water. He comes to feed on our fear. He will be satisfied for a while, but now he has seen your glows.
Our what?
Will, Anna, Matthew, take our new friends to our safe space. I will take the children. You heard Mr. Redmond. Follow me. Anna and Will led the group through the gears of the watch. Finally, they arrived at the safe space a place Darkwater had not found yet. The children must rest. I will take them away for a while. Please explain the rules to our new friends. At last, there was time for Caleb and Lily to get some answers.
What rules?
So, you know one of the rules, don't look at the tower.
Another rule is don't go out without Mr. Redmond knowing where you will go.
Lily and Caleb looked at the orange glowing star in their hearts.
What did Mr. Redmond mean by our glows?
Your glow means you are still connected to your body. I used to have the glow before Darkwater took it.
I'm Anna, by the way. Will and I have been here since the train crash.
Most of us who came here were from the train crash, but not Matthew. He got here just a little while ago. He had a glow then.
Matthew explained that when he saw the pocket watch, he felt he had to touch it. When he did, he was trapped in the watch, just like Lily and Caleb.
Matthew? Matthew Bradford?
Yes. Wait, are you little Lily? Once Darkwater took my glow, I couldn't go back to my body. But he did. He did horrible things. He makes me see them when he catches me to make me more afraid. So, we're still alive? Yes, but only for a short time. Your bodies will die if you don't go back to them.
We all need to rest. After all that fear, we need to keep strong.
She's right. If your spirit doesn't rest, it will be too weak to escape Darkwater. Will, Anna, and Matthew showed Caleb and Lily how to relax and let their spirits rest. But something unexpected happened. As Caleb relaxed, he could see the room in the museum. Austin was there, and so was his sister. He could see his own body, but couldn't touch it or move it. He couldn't leave the surface of the watch. Austin? Caleb? Is that you? Did I just hear you? Yes, it's me. I'm alive again. But why can't I move my body? I don't think you're alive, Caleb. I can feel your spirit, but like it is far away. I can hear you clearly, but can't see you. And then Austin heard another voice.
Austin? Are you talking to Caleb? I can't see his spirit, but I can see my body.
I can hear you both, but I can't see your spirits. What happened?
Caleb and Lily described everything. Wanting to get the pocket watch, losing their bodies, meeting the ghosts from the train, Matthew, Darkwater, Mr. Redmond. Amazing! You are meeting all the ghosts from the train accident. But hold on. I think I can tell you something about the ghost you call Darkwater. Let me check the website.
Austin went to a website he knew that had information about ghosts.
I'm sure the ghost is a dreadmonger. They feed on fear and then shape that fear to make their victims even more afraid.
Austin hurried to give them information as Caleb and Lily were pulled back into the watch.
Find your way out and back to your bodies quickly, and don't be afraid. If you aren't afraid, the dreadmonger can't hurt you. Caleb and Lily told the other ghosts about their friend Austin, and what Austin had told them about the Dreadmonger. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to find a way out.
No, you must not go out without Mr. Redmond. He will keep you safe.
Be careful. Anna went to tell Redmond that Caleb had left.
I'm going to tell Mr. Redmond what Caleb is doing.
As soon as Caleb stepped out of the secret area, Darkwater attacked. It was as if he knew where Caleb was going. The Darkwater turned into a wheelchair. He couldn't move. I'm not afraid of you. You are afraid of him.
Caleb tried not to be afraid. He tried to think of happy things, but it was no use. He was scared.
Is this what you wanted, Caleb? You can never catch me, Darkwater. I will get you, Redmond. Redmond had come, but he moved strangely, like he was a puppet or a fake. This was all an act to fool him into trusting Redmond. So, it was a trick. But why? Caleb started to think like a Dreadmonger. The ghost needed someone to feel afraid. So, why help them? Caleb quickly figured it out. Darkwater needed the spirits to stay close to him. So, they needed to trust him. Then, when they felt safe, attack them with their worst fears. Caleb returned to the safe space, sure that Redmond was really Darkwater. Within minutes, Redmond returned as well, just as Caleb guessed. You are lucky, Caleb, that Anna told me that you had left. Otherwise, Darkwater would have taken your glow. Yes, you're right, Redmond. I will listen to you from now on. Very good, my boy. Now, I must go see the children. Once Redmond left, Caleb told everyone what he believed about Redmond. Redmond is really Darkwater.
That's crazy! Why would he save you if he wants your glow? He has always helped us. That makes no sense.
Caleb is right. Redmond needs our fear. That's why he keeps you all.
I didn't trust Redmond at first either, but he saved me too before I lost my glow. Why does he hide us and keep us safe if he wants us to be afraid? He needs us to feel safe so he can scare us. If we always feel afraid, it will feel less and less until we feel nothing and don't care. Darkwater needs to stay close to us to get all the fear out of us. He uses the Redmond disguise to make you trust him. And Darkwater knew where I was going because Anna told Redmond. Do you have any proof? Tell me about all the rules. Are they to keep you safe or keep you afraid and trapped? At first, there were some adults from the train. They did not listen to Mr. Redmond. One by one, they were taken. The first rule is not to go out looking for the exit without Mr. Redmond. Mr. Williams, the train conductor, used to do that. Then he was taken. The second rule is no singing. Afton used to sing to make us happy. Then Darkwater came and took her away. The third rule is don't pray. Reverend Sheridan used to tell us to pray to feel happier. And then Darkwater took him too.
So, all of the rules are to keep you from feeling happy and stop you from trying to get out.
But what does it matter? Even if you're right, we can't just stop being afraid. Well, sometimes you can. I used to be afraid of the dark until my father taught me not to be. How did he do that? Will, Anna, Lily, Caleb, and Matthew talked about how to get over fears. One by one, they shared what they were afraid of. Anna was afraid of wasps. Will was afraid of snakes. But it was easy to not be afraid anymore because wasps and snakes cannot hurt ghosts. They were also afraid Darkwater would take the other. Lily was afraid of drowning, but it was really the fear that when she had trouble, nobody would come to help her that made her the most scared. Caleb was afraid of seeing his father. He didn't understand why that made him afraid, so he shared the story of how his father was hurt. What do you want for your birthday, son? Ice cream! Is that what you want? Okay.
On the way to get Caleb's ice cream, his father got into a car crash.
After the accident, his father couldn't move. He couldn't talk. The doctors didn't even know if he could hear what was going on around. Caleb still did not know why he was afraid. He knew he shouldn't be, but for some reason, he was. You know that's not your fault, right? I know it in my head, but I still feel afraid thinking about him. He decided he would do his best to think good, happy thoughts only. They would go find a way out. Okay then, so we go out. But where do we look? Where do the rules say that we don't look?
The Dark Tower.
They had a plan. Matthew was the best at running from Darkwater, so he would get Darkwater's attention. Anna would tell Redmond. While Darkwater was busy chasing Matthew, Caleb, Lily, and Will would go into the Dark Tower to find the way out.
Good luck, Matthew.
Mr. Redmond, Matthew has gone out to look for the exit at the Dark Tower. I will go out to find him. Thank you, Anna. Quickly, children, come with me.
Matthew went up to the Dark Tower and looked at the face in the tower. Oh no! He's here! I better run! The plan had worked. Darkwater was busy chasing Matthew. We're here, but how do we get in? Think happy thoughts. Push all fear away. As the three thought of happy things, it pushed enough of the fear away to make a door for them to go in.
Inside the tower, they found the ghosts who had been taken by Darkwater.
Mr. Williams! I'm so sorry. It's all my fault, all my fault. The train conductor told the story of how he caused the train to crash.
The day before the crash, Mr. Williams was given a present from his boss, Mr. Blackwell. It was a gold watch. Williams was surprised, but grateful.
But the watch ran slow. Because of this, the train left 10 minutes too late. And because of this, another train was on the same track. Mr. Williams tried his best to hit the brakes before the two trains crashed together, but there was not enough time. There is no way out, no way out. Mr. Williams was trapped by his own guilt, so the three continued on. Afton! I'm so sorry, children. It's my fault that you're here. Afton also told the story of how she became trapped in the watch. Unlike everyone else before Matthew, she had not died on the train. Afton was going to marry her fiancé. They were happy and in love. But another man wanted her, Mr. Blackwell, the train station owner. She was murdered in her sleep. Her fiancé was blamed, but Afton knew it was Blackwell. He killed everyone to hold her in a prison. I should have seen that Redmond was Blackwell. Now, there is no way out. Afton also felt so guilty that she was trapped in guilt and fear. Reverend Sheridan! I should have saved you. Now there is no way out. All the prisoners trapped in the tower were stuck in a prison of guilt and fear. Nothing Caleb, Will, or Lily said was able to free them. At the very top, there was a small crack, a space to escape from the watch. But before they could get away, suddenly black water poured from the opening. I'm sorry, everyone. He stopped chasing me.
Run!
Black water, full of fear, poured out of the tower. They tried to run, but Lily was taken by the black water. Lily felt like she was drowning as dark water came closer and closer. Black water reached inside her and took her glow. No, you can't have her!
You came back for me.
When Lily saw that Caleb had come to save her, her fear was gone. Let's go! Caleb was next to be caught by Blackwater.
No! Caleb!
I'm not afraid. I'm happy. I'm happy. No, you are afraid. Unable to move, Caleb was helpless as Darkwater took his glow as well.
Come on, Caleb!
When Caleb realized Lily had come back for him, he understood why he was afraid, and then he was not afraid anymore. Nearly back to the safe space, Anna was outside looking for Will. Run, everyone! No, Will! Anna, Will, Lily, and Caleb returned to the safe space, but Matthew did not make it. Minutes later, Redmond showed up with a message.
Where's Matthew?
Darkwater has Matthew now, and he has your glows. It is your fault for not listening to me. Now you are trapped here. That wasn't the real Redmond. It was another fake. Darkwater will be busy trying to use our glows. What are we going to do? I'm going to get our glows back.
Are you sure? Darkwater almost had you last time.
No, I'm not sure. But I'm not afraid anymore. Caleb's father loved him. It didn't matter if his father was still there or not. Just like when Lily came to save him, his father would have died for him. Caleb stood before the dark tower without any fear. The door opened for him with ease. Caleb quickly made it to the top of the tower. There, he faced Darkwater again. This time, he truly was not afraid. It was foolish of you to come back, Caleb.
I should thank you, Darkwater. Now I understand what my father would do for me. I love him, and he loves me.
That is not all the fear I have, boy. Because Caleb was not afraid, the Darkwater could not touch him. You have nothing. Try all the fear you want. I will stop you. With a feeling of bravery, Caleb called his glow back to himself. When Darkwater realized he could not make Caleb afraid, he became worried. So he fled out into the living world, using Lily's glow. Darkwater had Lily's body. He used the fear he had to attack Austin. I'm alive again. You're not, Lily. I can feel the darkness in you. You're right. You will be the first I kill. Caleb arrived and called out to Austin. He helped push the fear away. Don't be afraid, Austin. Together, we can get rid of the fear. Caleb! Right. No fear.
Darkwater was shocked. Caleb pulled on Lily's glow, forcing Darkwater back into the watch.
I have to go back for Lily. And everyone else. Darkwater poured tons of fear at Caleb. But since Caleb had no fear inside, it just melted away. Now, Darkwater was afraid. Caleb could feel Darkwater's fear. He wondered if he could control it. You are losing control, Darkwater. Soon you will lose everything. Caleb pushed fear at Darkwater, rocking him. Caleb pulled Lily's glow away from him, just as he had pulled his own glow. Go! You have your glow back. You can live again. Darkwater fled from Caleb. But Caleb did not go back to life right away. Instead, he used his control of the fear to free all the prisoners of the tower. Caleb realized that the one thing Blackwell feared most was losing Afton. Everything Blackwell had done was to keep her his prisoner. Knowing this would be a big advantage. Caleb brought all the former prisoners of the Dark Tower back. You saved everyone! I can't believe it!
You came back! And you have your glow back!
Austin was right. If you're not afraid, Darkwater can't hurt you. Oh, I have something for you. Lily and I can leave, but Darkwater might still trap you. I have a plan to free you all. Caleb was going to free every ghost spirit in the watch. I need you to hide somewhere Redmond does not know about. Anna and I have a secret spot. Will and Anna led everyone except Caleb to their secret spot. Caleb, you have your glow back. Come closer so I can see it.
Please. I knew Redmond was Darkwater long ago. Or should I say, Blackwell. Caleb was getting better at using the fear, but Darkwater was no longer afraid of Caleb. Instead, he was angry.
You should have left when I let you. Now you will die. Neither of them could hurt the other with fear. But Caleb had a trick to play. He knew it would make Blackwell afraid. You've already lost, Blackwell. I freed Afton and all the other ghosts. Now you can never have her. Impossible! You don't believe me? Go look at your tower. It's empty. Darkwater raced up to the tower, Caleb just behind him. They're gone. Afton is gone. But Caleb had forgotten one thing. The children were still afraid, and Darkwater could feel their fear. No, not gone. Hiding. Nice try, boy, but I can still feel their fear. I still have one way to make you all fear me again. Blackwell poured out all the fear he had taken out of himself. Oh no, not again! The fear swept everywhere, forming into the train crash that had killed so many. No, don't be afraid. The crash can't hurt you anymore. I will pray.
Afton, sing with the children.
You sing with us?
Afton started singing, and so did the children. Reverend Sheridan prayed out loud. Suddenly, it didn't seem so scary anymore.
Quickly turn it upside down and smile that frown away.
The two trains came crashing together, but the sound of song and prayer filled the air. With nobody afraid of the train crash, the train and the tracks all melted away into nothing. Caleb led everyone up to the top of the tower, and soon they all began escaping from the terrible gold watch. No! They're all gone. She's gone. You have nothing left. With that, there was no fear left for Blackwell to hold on to, and he faded away. Lily and Caleb saw the ghosts from the train finally free. They finally got to move on to a happier place. Goodbye, Lily. Goodbye, Caleb. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please tell my family what happened and that I'm okay now. Thank you so much. Caleb? Lily? You're alive! It's us.
Sorry about me attacking you?
Tell me everything. Caleb and Lily told Austin everything. Nobody would believe them, but Austin would share the story on the website about ghosts. Caleb now had two good friends at school. He never had to worry about being bullied again. He wasn't afraid of that anyway. Caleb wasn't afraid to visit his father anymore either. Dad, whether you are in there or not, I want you to know I love you. He got a sign that his father heard him. Caleb thought about all the spirits he had met and smiled.